Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunday night's U-Ink Global training. And I am excited to be here with you tonight. This is Mike Geddes live from New York. So tonight we're going to do a training here on basically texting to success. And, one of the greatest books that were ever written in this industry is right in front of you here, GoPro. And I remember telling Eric Worre when I met him in the elevator, I said, man, I wish that we had this book when I was building the Amway business back 30 years ago. And, he just nodded his head and with a big smile. And because, look, folks, this is a great, great book. And if you're not utilizing this book, man, I'll tell you, you should really get into reading it because I think it'll help you tremendously. But what I'm going to do tonight is I want to talk about something that he writes in the book that's really important. And you guys probably all, heard this before. If I, would you, okay? If I, what he's talking about there is he's talking about, you giving somebody something in return if they'll do something, okay? It's reciprocal, like he says in the book, all right? You're doing this to get somebody to do something with you. But I'm going to show you a little trick tonight that I think is really going to help your business tremendously. And you're going to see what I mean as I get into these slides and everything. But I find that this is really going to be something that's going to really help you out, okay? So like I said in there, there's two things that you can utilize here. If you have a website that you want to send people to, okay, in other words, you might be using the Plus, Manatech Plus, and you're using one of those pages, or maybe ManaMotion, okay? I don't know if you guys know about ManaMotion, but after this is over, I'll tell you a little something about that. But that might be a website that you're sending them to, or a private webinar. Now, me personally, I can utilize both of these. Okay, because I have my own web page set up that I send people to for information, but I want to send them to a private webinar. So here's some of the ways that you can say that. If I gave you a link to a website with a complete presentation, would you check it out? Okay? Or this is the one that I like to do is if I gave you a link to a private webinar with a complete presentation, would you check it out? Okay? If the answer is, it's only going to be a yes or no answer. It's either going to be yes or it's going to be no. So if they say, nah, I'm not really interested, just say, hey, great. Hey, listen, no problem. But say this to them. Hey, listen. Hey, if you know anybody that might be interested in making an extra $500 or $1,000 or more even every month, could you share my number with them and have them mention your name? Okay, now that's key because sometimes when you're talking to a person about your business, they don't see the big, they think it's like making an extra $100, okay? So when you start to raise the level, they might say, maybe I should take a look at the webinar, all right? And if they do, great. If they don't, great too, no big deal, all right? Now, here's the secret. If they say yes, you pull out your phone out, and you say, what is your number? Now watch this. You text them the webinar replay for them to watch, okay? Now, a couple of things that you want to do when you're texting them that is text your name, where, and link. What do I mean by this? Text them your name, obviously, but you don't have to put your full name in there. You can just put your first name, where you met them. Now, this is a twofold effect, okay? It's for you and for them, and then the link. So here's an example. This is what I would text. Hey, it's Mike from LA Fitness. Here is the link. And then I put the link, www.m5mmike.com, which is my full presentation. And listen, you're all welcome to use that. There's no link to them to get back to me or anything like that. That's a link for them to get back to you, okay? At the end, I say, get back with the person who invited you. All right. But listen, a couple of things are happening here. All right. The first thing that happens is you have their telephone number now, where before you would give people your card and they didn't want to give you a number. Okay. And, and it was always almost like a fight to get somebody's number because people don't want to give out their numbers, you know. They're scared of, you know, different things that are out there, you know what I'm saying? That people are going to call them at 3 o'clock in the morning or something, okay? So when you talk about texting, everybody texts now. They don't even want to talk on the phone. So when they give you their number, now you captured their number. That's number one. Number two, you're writing down where you met them. How many times have you gotten a business card from somebody and you didn't write anything on the back about them? Well, at least now you know where you met them, all right? Because you're going to have this in your phone too. Because when you text it to somebody, the message is there. Just don't delete it, all right? So that's very important. So what you want to do is as soon as they say yes, you pull out your phone and you say, okay, give me your number. Let me send you that information right now. And that's it. Quick and easy. Okay. Now, as you're texting them, now this is another secret. As you're texting them, say to them this: when is a good time for you to watch it? Let me say that again. When is it a good time for you to watch it? So let's say it's Monday, and they say probably tonight I can watch it. Say great. You know what? I'll text you tomorrow and we can talk more about it. Okay? So remember what you want to do here. Number one, going back, is you want to pull out your phone, text them the information of your name, where you met them, and the link. That goes good for them too. So when you do get back to them, they're going to remember you. Okay? They're going to say, oh, it's that guy Mike from LA Fitness. Okay? Then as you pull out the phone and you start typing, you say, when is a good time for you to watch it? Don't do it after. Try to do it as you're texting them, okay? And always confirm their telephone number. And another thing that I like to do, I just did this with a guy in the gym yesterday. I said to him, did you get the message? You know, because I heard it click. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got it. I said, good. Why don't you, just do me a favor? This is another secret. Text me back your name so I have your name, okay? Because I meet a lot of people. Okay, so now you know they got it and they text you back. Now here's what you do. This is your follow-up text. Let's say it's Monday. He watched. They said they were going to watch the video tonight, whoever they are. Now what you do? Let's say the guy's name was John. Tuesday you go like this. Hey John, this is Mike from LA Fitness. Did you get a chance to watch the video? That's it. Don't write anything. Don't start asking them all the questions and everything. Okay? Wait for the answer. If they say no, say, okay, when do you think you'll have time for sure to watch it? Okay? Or when do you think you'll have time for sure? Now, he talks about it in the book. He goes for sure, sure. That worked for him. Whatever works for you, just ask the question. And don't get mad. Say, hey, listen, if he says, yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it, and then you just go back, no, say, okay, when do you think you'll have time for sure? And then as soon as they give you the answer, say, okay, talk soon. Then if they do say yes, they watch the video, what you want to do is you want to ask this question. You have a few minutes to talk? And if they say no, they might be in work or something. They say no, ask what is a good time and book it with them. So in other words, if I say, hey, you have a few minutes to talk, and they say, no, not, I'm at work, say, okay, what's a good time that we can talk? And they go, maybe tonight. All right, then go back. Keep the conversation going until you get a time. Book the time. Then what you're going to do is you're going to call them up. All right? Now, if they say they do have time, what you want to do is get that phone call back. Now, when they call back, don't vomit all over them, okay? Don't vomit them all over them, telling them all about the company and the products and everything. And, oh, you're going to love Ambertose. It's going to make your liver talk to your brain and your brain talk to your mouth and your mouth talk to your tongue that you shouldn't drink anymore or something. No, don't get into doing all of that. What you want to do is you want to ask them a simple question. What did you like best? The products, the opportunity, helping the kids, or all three? And then shut up, okay? Wait for the answer. And whatever the answer is, your response should be, that's great. Okay? That's great. And then what you do is if they say, well, I'm really interested in the product, say, hey, great. Hey, listen, was there any product that stood out that you might want to take a look at? Okay. And if they say, yeah, I like that fat loss product. That looked pretty interesting. I said, well, great. I can get you signed up and you can order it if you like. Okay. If they say the opportunity, say, hey, great. And, and if they say the opportunity, now listen to this. The last slide says what? Make a list of 20 of the sharpest people you know. So ask them. If they say it's the opportunity, say, well, listen, in the last slide on the presentation, it said, make a list of 20 of the people. Did you get a chance to do that yet? If they say, no, but I started to, you say, okay, well, listen, why don't we set up a Zoom meeting just for you and the people that you want to invite, and then give them the Zoom room, okay? Everybody should go and sign up for Zoom. It's free. You can have your own room if you want. Otherwise, you get in touch with your upline. If you're not comfortable showing the plan, then you get in touch with, your upline who shows the plan, and they'll do the meeting for you. So don't worry about any of that. Your job is to what? Your job is to get them to text. That's your job, is to text them the information to the webinar. And like I said, you're all welcome to use my webinar. If you haven't listened to it yet, I would highly suggest to do that, okay? Get to it and watch that as soon as possible, because that's going to save you a lot of time. So let's just go back over this real quick, okay? If I gave you a link to a website with a complete presentation, would you check it out? Okay. I like the other one I like is, if I gave you a link to my private webinar with a complete presentation, would you check it out? Okay. Yes or no? No. Don't forget, hey, if you know anybody who's interested in making an extra 500 or 1,000 a month plus more if they want, could you share my number with them? And one thing that I left out of here is if they say, yeah, I'd love to share your number with you. Say, all right, why don't I just text you my name and my number, and I'll throw the presentation in there, and you can just share it with them. Okay, so maybe they'll look at it anyway. Okay, so you might want to do that. All right, and then what did we say the secret was? You pull out your phone immediately and say, what is your number? I'll text you the webinar information for you. Then you text them the webinar information of your name, where you met them, and the link. So, and the reason you're doing that too, remember, is because when you go to text them again, you remember, oh, I met him at the, the Dunkin' Donuts. I met him at the gym. I met him at this. I met him at that. Wherever it is, it'll just give you, something to fall back on and to remember again. Okay, so just throw that in there. And then what you want to do when you're texting the information is, when is a good time for you to watch it? So that way you can, be setting up the follow-up, and then you can talk more to them. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then the follow-up basically is, hey, John, this is Mike from LA Fitness. Did you get a chance to watch the video? You wait for them, okay, for their answer. Okay, talk soon. If it's not then. If it says yes, you say, hey, listen, you have a few minutes to talk now. If no, what is a good time? And book the time so you can get back with them, okay? So just in going over that. And then the follow-up call is, what did you like best? The products, the opportunity, helping the kids, or all three? You're going to find a lot of people are going to tell you all three. And if they say all three, you say, great. Well, the first thing we need to do is don't start, vomiting again all about the products. Say, okay, here's what we need to do. Let's get you registered. And get them registered. If they're looking for all three, get them registered as an associate. Take them through the associate page. Show them how to sign up. The coolest way to do it is if you can do a Zoom with them, it's even better. So you can walk them through the steps, and then get them to purchase one of the products, the value packs. Let them get a value pack, or pick whatever products they want. They might not want everything. They might just want a bottle of Nutraveris, okay? That's why I explained that in the video about Nutraveris. Because some people are not going to spend, $200 just for a single person. But if they're married, $400 the first day they get into business, unless they really understand nutrition. But you know what? They'll invest in some Nutriveris. So think about that. And then when we have that new product coming out, that sports drink, that's going to be amazing. So there's a lot of things that you can lead them to. So with that, I just wanted to, just give you a little highlight about that. And what you can do is you can read the book Go Pro, okay? In Go Pro, he talks about it, and it's in English and Spanish. So if you have a Spanish organization, get them reading Go Pro. But they can go to the, step 4 in it and just write out what they would like to say. If I gave you a link to a webinar, would you watch it? Okay? I mean, I prefer that. If I give you a link to my private webinar, will you watch it? Okay? Or when is a good time you can watch it? Okay? So I think that's very important. So listen, I hope this made sense to you. If it did, great. If it didn't, great. But if you know anybody who wants to make an extra couple of thousand a month, tell them to give me a call, mention your name. So just wanted to share that with you. I hope it made sense. And I'm just going to turn this off and see if there's any questions.